Alright, what is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel where we talk all things Miami Heat basketball. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be starting a new series on this channel specifically, and I hope you guys really enjoy the series. It's something that I wanted to do since we lost to the Bucks last night, and it's going to be the recap / review of each player on the Miami Heat season. So we're going to be kind of doing a season recap of each individual player. I was going to do one for the team as a whole, but I thought it would be better for me to deep dive in and talk about each player's season that they had with the Miami Heat this season, and also what their future lies with the Heat going forward. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. It's something that, like I said, I wanted to do not only since we lost to the Bucks, but even before that, when the season ended, when the season was still going on. I was thinking to myself, I want to do this when the season ends. So hopefully you guys really enjoy the series. And I'm not going to be doing 15 different videos for all different players. I'm going to be kind of grouping each player up into, you know, status on the team, how good they are for us, and how much we can bank on them going forward. So this video is going to be about the two all-star caliber players / superstar caliber players on our team, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So that's what this video is going to be focused on fully. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down low. It really helps out the community. We're building something nice over here, and we are only about 40 subscribers away from 600, so let's get to that mark as fast as we can. Now let's get right into it. So obviously Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are the two players we're going to be deep diving in and talking about in this particular video. Jimmy Butler obviously had a phenomenal regular season, if you ask me. He's definitely an all-NBA team candidate, should be on all-NBA team if you ask me. Had, I think, one of if not his best or one of his best regular seasons that he's ever had, averaging 22 points per game if you round up, 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game, while also leading the league in steals, and doing all the little things that it needed to be done for us in order to get us to the playoffs. The impact of Jimmy Butler was really felt in the regular season, when without him we were god awful, and with him we were very good. So Jimmy Butler's game goes far beyond his counting stats. He is a very important player for the Heat organization. He is the face of this franchise, and he is everything that we can ask for a leader on this team. Having said all of that, it was a very disappointing playoffs for Jimmy Butler, especially after what he had said before the playoffs, where he was talking about how locked in he was. He really did not deliver to the expectations that he had set on himself and that we as fans had set on him. I don't even think it's because he didn't miss. I don't even think it's because he missed shots. I think it was just the hesitation of taking shots. Jimmy Butler, if you go back to last season, was not phenomenal in the Bucks or the Celtics series either. He was very good, don't get me wrong, but he really took his game to the next level against the Los Angeles Lakers. In the Bucks series and the Celtics series, he was going through the motions until the fourth quarter, where he took over the game. He did not do that this time. He kind of went through the motions the entire game, hoping that the team would kind of pick up on his slack. Now, Jimmy Butler obviously is going to be on this team going forward. He's going to be a guy that we're really going to have to put the pieces around in order to contend for a championship in the future. He is 31 years old right now, and he's about to turn 32 in September. So Jimmy Butler is not, getting any younger, which is why we have to surround him with as much talent as we possibly can. Now, Jimmy Butler, like I said before, is someone that I think had a great regular season, but had a bit of a disappointing playoff run. If I was giving him a rating out of 1 through 10 on the regular season, it would definitely be a 9.5, with the only exception of 0.5 being off is because of the fact that he missed so much time. I have to dock him down a little bit because of that. In the playoffs, however, I'll probably give him like a 4 or a 5. I thought he was very underwhelming in the playoffs. So yeah, that's Jimmy Butler's season in a nutshell for us. He's going to be a very big piece for us going forward in the future. So let's get to the second player in this video that we're going to be talking about, and that's none other than Bam Adebayo, the player who's going to be eligible for the most money on this team coming soon when his extension kicks in. So Bam Adebayo had, I thought, a very low-key good regular season. I thought he upped his averages and his skill set by a lot, averaging 19 points per game, 5.4 assists and 9 rebounds per game, while also expanding his mid-range jump shot and also shooting very efficiently from the free throw line and from the field. So that was Bam Adebayo's season. I thought he was very good as far as improving his game. Like Jimmy Butler, had a great regular season, but there were moments in the regular season where, you know, there were some games where he was not really present as far as aggressiveness. He was kind of, you know, looking to pass, looking to defer more than score the ball, and we kind of saw that in the playoffs again this time. It was a very rough playoff series for Bam Adebayo versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I thought they played, you know, people will say they played great defense, and I guess if it worked, it worked. But I really thought that even with the defense that the Milwaukee Bucks played, Bam could have really exposed them by even taking the mid-range shots. Like for Jimmy, it's not even about the fact that he missed shots. It was the fact that he didn't take enough. So Bam Adebayo, I think is going to be a key player for us in the future. I think a lot of Heat fans need to remember that he's only 24 years old. So I don't even think he has hit his prime yet. So this is not who Bam Adebayo will be. For everyone who's saying that he did not deserve his money, please wait until the end of his career, or please wait until the end of the contract to judge that. This is the beginning of his contract. He still has, I think, 4 more years or 5 more years left of his contract. If, you know, he underachieves in all of those next 4 or 5 years, then you can say he didn't deserve his money. But he's only 24 years old with a lot of room to improve. What I do want to see out of Bam next year, I want to see him expand his range, and I want to see him confidently take the mid-range jump shot. Now, what I want to happen is Bam Adebayo, you know, testing out his 3-point range next year. I don't know if he will, but I want to see him start shooting the 3 ball. I'm not saying he has to take it as much, but just keep the defense honest. Like he did with the mid-range jump shot, Bam experimented as far as he took the mid-range jump shots that were given to him this regular season, which a lot of teams did not expect of him. Now, next season, those mid-range jump shots have to be, you know, an automatic part of his game. The experimentation process for the mid-range jump shots should be over, because he's had a whole season to experiment with those mid-range shots, and next season he's going to have to consistently knock those down, and that's going to have to be part of his skill set. The 3-point shot is going to be the experimentation device now. That is where he's going to have to start experimenting with, because the season after this one, or season after the one that's coming up, the 3-point shot will be refined. So it's kind of like a domino effect. You know, the mid-range jump shot is in an experimentation process this season. Next season he's going to be knocking those down consistently, and then the 3-point shot next season will be in the experimentation process, and the season after that we hope that he can start knocking those down consistently as well. So it's kind of like a circle of life with Bam Adebayo. He still has tons and tons of potential. He's a very, you know, versatile player. He's a very important player to this team. He's the engine of this team, as a lot of people try to say. You know, Jimmy Butler is the best player, but what Bam does, I don't really think can be replicated on this team. So yeah, Bam Adebayo, you know, with his all-around play, with his all-around effort in the regular season was great, but in the playoffs was disappointing. So I would probably do the same that I did with Jimmy Butler. If I was rating a season from 1 through 10 of the regular season, I'd probably give him a solid 8 or 8.5. I thought he was really good, apart from the few times where he could have been a little bit more aggressive. In the playoffs though, I'd probably give him a 4. Not there whatsoever in some of the games. So yeah, very underwhelming playoffs for Bam, but I do think he will bounce back. For these two players combined though, you know, I want to talk about both of them as a whole. I do think that we have to try to surround them with as much talent as we can going forward. The free agency video that I said I would be doing would probably be after this series, so a little bit closer to free agency. I want to get, you know, this whole cap situation. I want to see what's going to happen, and then we'll talk about the free agency period. But I want to recap each player's season in these upcoming videos. So this video was about the 2 all-stars, or 2 all-star caliber players on this team. I'm saying all-stars, but they weren't even all-stars this year, which is kind of baffling to me. But yeah, Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are the 2 cornerstones of our franchise, and they're not going anywhere. So we're gonna have to get used to, you know, having them on our team, and we're gonna have to build and put as much talent around them as we can, because like I said, hugely important to our team, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us next season. What I will say is that if Bam Adebayo is not shooting the 3 next year, Jimmy Butler has to start bringing that back, because we need to have one of these guys who's able to shoot the 3 consistently, you know, or even attempt 3-point shots to keep the defense honest. Like, Jimmy does it sometimes, but he's one of the worst 3-point shooters in the league, so people don't really care about that. Your 2 best players cannot be liabilities outside of, you know, the mid-range area. You have to be able to, you know, shoot the 3 ball in this day and age. So if Jimmy Butler is not going to shoot it, let Bam shoot it, because I know Bam can make 3s. You saw the skills challenge. There's numerous amount of practices if you want to look at it. He has that in his arsenal. It's just a matter of fact of whether he's allowed to shoot the 3 ball or not. Jimmy Butler was not really good, but he was at least an average 3-point shooter before he got to the Heat. I really don't know what happened. But yeah, maybe he'll bring the 3-point shot back. No one knows. So one of these dudes is gonna have to expand their range, but I'm confident that they will do that and bounce back next season. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me with this video. This was the recap of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Stay tuned for next video. It'll be about a couple more different players. So I'll see y'all later when the next video is published. Peace.